Level 1. The new agent trainee. Age, 23. You didn't stumble into this. You applied 3 times. The first time, you were rejected before the second interview. The second time, you failed the polygraph over a forgotten student loan. The third time, you answered every question before they even finished asking it. The acceptance letter arrives on a Tuesday. There's no music, no slow-motion hero moment, just government letterhead on a kitchen table in Louisville, Kentucky. It tells you to report to Quantico in 11 days. You sell your car. You put your life in storage. You tell your girlfriend you'll call when you can. She just nods. She already knows what this career costs. Quantico is not the movies. It's 500 acres of ordered, gray, relentless reality. Your dorm room is small and deliberately plain. 1 desk. 1 bed. 1 window facing the woods. For 21 weeks, you are not free to leave. Your class of 52 is a room full of somebodies. Former JAG lawyers, special forces officers, forensic accountants. You're surrounded by people who have already done something great. You haven't. Not yet. Day 1 starts at 5:45. You run 2 miles before breakfast. The instructors don't shout. They speak quietly and expect you to keep up. Falling behind isn't punished. It's noted. And in a building full of people who keep files for a living, being noted is the ultimate consequence. The hardest part is the range. You have to score 80% on the 50-round qualification. Your first try? A 74. You don't sleep that night. At 6:15 the next morning, an instructor finds you alone at the range. He watches you for a minute and says, "Your grip is wrong. Fix the grip, and the rest fixes itself." You fix the grip. Next score, 88. Week 14. A former Army captain in your class fails an academic review. By Friday, he's gone. No announcement. No farewell. Just an empty chair at Monday's briefing. This place doesn't care what you did before you arrived. It only cares what you do right now. Level 2. The Junior Special Agent. Age, 24. Location, Charlotte, North Carolina. 41 counties of bank robberies, public corruption, and beige walls. On your first morning, your supervisor, a 15-year veteran named Sandra Torrance, gives you the only rule that matters. Never write anything down in the field that you wouldn't want read aloud in a courtroom. Your first case isn't a high-speed chase. It's bank fraud. You spend 4 weeks in a government-grade cubicle cross-referencing 7 years of wire transfers. Television never shows the part where you stare at the same spreadsheet for 11 days, realize one number was transposed, and have to rebuild the entire document from scratch. 6 months in, you get your first confidential informant, Roy. He's a logistics manager who knows about a cargo theft ring. He'll only talk to someone young, someone without a reputation. You meet in greasy diners. You keep him calm, you keep him honest, and you build a case. 9 arrests. Your name is buried deep in the paperwork, not on the front page. You have 1 conviction and a formal commendation. You think you're just beginning. You're right. ACT 2. The Fog of War, ages 31 to 45. Level 3. The Senior Special Agent. Age 31. You transferred twice. Charlotte to Philly, then to the Washington field office. You're in counterintelligence now, a world where cases are built in the fog. In financial crimes, evidence was paper. In CI, subjects don't commit crimes. They occupy spaces, cultivate relationships, and exchange ordinary conversation. Your target is Ming Kai, research analyst. Soccer dad. 14 months of surveillance. You study the architecture of his life, looking for the moment. Coincidence becomes construction. The moment happens on a Tuesday in a parking garage. A 4-minute meeting with a defense contractor. No phones. No trail. You write a 37-page assessment that goes straight to the top. You start attending meetings where people with higher clearances stop talking when you reach a certain page. A veteran agent, Paul Redfern, tells you, "The good agents find what's there. The great ones recognize what's been removed." You sit with that for a long time. You're getting closer to the truth, but you're starting to realize what this career is costing your personal life. Level 4. The Supervisory Special Agent, SSA. Age, 36. You didn't apply for this. You were nominated. You now manage 11 agents. You're no longer on the street. You're the shield. Your job is to find the gaps in their reasoning before those gaps become problems in court. You learn the difference between managing and leading. Your best agents don't need bossing. They need you to clear the bureaucracy so they can hunt. You make peace with the loneliness of decisions. When you were in the field, a mistake was shared. Now, if the call is wrong, it carries your name alone. Level 5. The Assistant Special Agent in Charge, ASAC. Age 41. New York Field Office. One floor above the work, one floor below the decisions that matter most. You manage 2,200 employees across organized crime and terrorism. A layer of abstraction now sits between your hands and the actual work. You spend your days fighting for budgets and travel authorizations. You call in professional debts to get your agents the resources they need. You learn which battles are worth fighting and which ones you have to absorb. Act 3. The weight of the institution, ages 46 to 60. Level 6. The Special Agent in Charge, SAC. Age 46. Location, Miami. You are now the face of the bureau in South Florida. Money, narcotics, and human trafficking flow through your desk. In week 5, an undercover agent's life is on the line. You have to decide, expand the case and risk her exposure, or pull back and lose a national security lead. You consult the U.S. attorney, you call headquarters, and you make the call. The 10 months between making that decision and knowing it was right are the longest of your career. This is command, precision under uncertainty. You live inside the weight of the potential consequences. Level 7. The Deputy Assistant Director. Age 51. Back at the Hoover Building in D.C. You no longer manage cases. You shape priorities. You sit at the table with the CIA, NSA, and the White House. A domestic terrorism case reaches a critical point. You're asked to apply informal pressure to speed up a legal authorization. You think about it for 6 hours. Then you refuse. You route it formally. It's slower, but it's correct. You realize that great institutions don't break all at once. They break through small cracks in the structure. You choose to be the one who doesn't crack. Level 8. The Assistant Director. Age 54. One of only 12 in the country. You testify before Congress. You manage relationships with Interpol and MI5. You are the institution now. When a major investigation touches a politically connected tech giant, the pressure is silent but heavy. You don't flinch. You document every meeting. You realize the thing that destroys careers at this level is rarely what you did. It's the absence of a record showing you did it correctly. Level 9. The Deputy Director. Age 57. You are the career professional who actually runs the FBI day to day. 35,000 employees. A $10 billion budget. Your job is to manage the director, a political appointee, to ensure the bureau remains unbent by the political weather. There is a moment where outside pressure asks you to divert from a threat assessment for political reasons. You don't accuse. You don't yell. You simply lay out the professional argument until they walk it back. You spent 34 years protecting an idea that a government agency can serve the law, not the powerful. Some days you're sure it's possible. Other days, you're not. But you show up anyway. Level 10. The Conclusion. Age 60. You retire on a Thursday. Not because you were pushed, but because 37 years is what you promised to give. The ceremony is at headquarters. Your daughter is in the front row. She's a public defender now, a choice that makes you proud. They give you a shadow box with your badge and your decommissioned sidearm. On your last day, you walk the building alone at dawn. You stand at the 4th floor window looking toward the Capitol. You think about the trainee who failed his first qualification. You think about Roy in that Charlotte diner. You think about the agents you trained who are now running their own squads. The bureau will go on. Tonight, new trainees are sleeping in those same plain rooms at Quantico, learning that the system doesn't reward what they brought with them, only what they do right now. You walk out the front door onto Pennsylvania Avenue. It's cold and bright. No one on the sidewalk knows who you are. You walk toward the metro with 37 years in your chest and a clear conscience. In the end, that is the only rank that can't be taken from you.